Everybody, this is Steve, and welcome to the Stanley Parable. Now, this is a really cool, kind of a choose-your-adventure, kind of a interesting story of a game. I've played it a few through times. I haven't figured out all the different endings, so let's get in here and check it out. All right. Hopefully this loads quickly. Earlier it took a while. Ooh, awesome.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
I'm good at that.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I would get very
and then
bored.
one day, something very peculiar happened.
Ooh, what
Something
happened?
that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No
Interesting.
one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
Nobody's
But
telling
as he
me
came
what
to
to
his
do.
wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his
Alright.
office.
Now we're in control. So now the question is, do we listen to the orders or do we have fun? I'll listen this time. Oops, I kept hitting the space bar. And I just got an achievement for that. Awesome. I forgot you can't jump in this. Alright,
All
well,
of his
I think we'll be
co-workers
good this
were
first
gone.
time.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he
Nobody
had simply
here,
missed a
nobody
memo.
here.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
And that option came up because I was looking around instead of just heading straight along what he was telling us. This game is awesome. It's hilarious too when you're the antagonist, I believe is the word I'm looking for, when you don't listen. Username access. Interesting username. Might have to remember that. Ooh, for some reason I had a little bit of a lag spike there. And I shouldn't just walk into door frames, you know. It helps you, or prevents you from moving on.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, so now this is where we start making the choices. This time, I'm going to listen to what he says. But in future videos, I'm going to try the other options of not listening. You get some really funny results. Ooh, I got to sneeze though. Oh man. I had to sneeze like that in the last video I recorded. Sorry about that, everybody. Alright, anyways. Door on the left. Interesting. Cool pictures. You know, I don't think these were there last time I played. Must have been something added in one of the recent updates. Or one of the last updates they did. I don't know if this game's been updated in a while.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I like what's popping up on the projector here. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Alright. Now this is funny because you can actually go in there and crazy parts of the story. It's like, why did you go in here? Now this is again another one of the options, go down or up, but
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
yeah, we're walking up. But I decided on this first one that we're gonna listen. Door's locked. Alright. Up here we are. I wanted to check out the executive bathroom. Now that door to the stairs closed. Alright. I said I would listen. I'll go ahead in there. Okay. Boss's office.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
Where is everybody?
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Yes. By
He
sheer
stepped
luck.
into
Why
the
am I
newly
lagging?
opened
That's so annoying.
passageway.
Sorry about that, everybody. This didn't lag last time I played. Oh well. Still awesome, funny game. Alright. So I think this is one of those options. No, that's just a dead end. Alright, so we can come in here. See, I could have entered a different code. And different things would happen, like entering it backwards would have, I believe, does something different. I think if you look around, you can find a different code and stuff happens. I'm excited to check out all these other options with y'all. With everybody. Loading,
Descending
loading,
deeper into the
loading.
building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
Because you're finally
This
walking
question
around?
would not go unanswered for long.
Alright, moving on down. Moving on down.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
So that's, again, another... That's pretty funny over there. Alright. Some really crazy stuff happens if you go that way. That's one of the few ways I have explored. And if you notice, there's kind of something over there. There's actually another way into this room. And you can't see it right now, but there's another option even to get in here to see what's going on. Ugh, if I can walk straight and get to my objective.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Yeah, there it
What
is, right
horrible
above us.
secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yep. Because I'm going to make you find out. We're going to be good.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Fired.
Their true nature revealed.
Fired.
Each bore the number of an
Let's
employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers. The
427.
lives of so many individuals
We'll show the
reduced
numbers
to
again here in a
images on a
second.
screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom
At least I
meant
think they do.
nothing.
431. It's in this section somewhere. I think it's that middle one right there, actually. Right there. Where? Nope, I was wrong. It's over that one. Have it centered. Let's see if it goes back. There we go. Yep, that's his office. Awesome. Alright, now what's gonna happen down here?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yep. Alright, where is this crazy contraption gonna take us?
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he
It is.
truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Well, he is a video game character, so yes.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
You can do it, Stanley. Yeah, there's some stuff in here you can do that's pretty crazy, but we're gonna go this way. Because this is where we're supposed to go for what we're doing. And off. Off for good, for once and for all. What's gonna happen next?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Yep,
And yet,
again in
even
control.
as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how
Console's
many
gone,
puzzles
path's
still
gone.
lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.
Again,
Perhaps his
whatever's
goal
causing
had
that
not
lagging,
been
I'm
to
sorry.
understand,
Try to figure
but
that
to
out
let go.
for the next time I play this.
No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel.
Pretty beautiful scenery.
Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Is stepping through this real though?
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his
And now I'm
skin,
not in control anymore.
the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Brings a lot of interesting thoughts, this game. Makes you kind of think about some things about life and about your choices and all that. And achievement. Beat the game. Have I never done the straight listen ending? I've watched some other YouTubers play this game, so that's kind of how I knew about that. What happened? I'm back at the beginning. That was supposed to happen. It's just a never-ending game. You just keep starting over and over and over again. It's awesome. But anyways, again, brings some interesting thoughts, this game. Really makes you think. I'll try to talk about some of those. This first part was definitely makes you wonder about the choices you make. Are you really in control of your own choices? And do your choices bring about happiness or not? Stuff like that. Again, gives you something to think. I'm interested to hear your guys' feedback about that, so please put some comments down below if you have anything to say about that. If you did like this video, though, go ahead and click there on that like button. Again, if you have any feedback for me, please leave your comments below. I do want to hear from you. I will play more of this game so we can explore some of the other endings, some of the other choices, and the consequences of those choices. But anyways, in the meantime, I will see you later.